Welcome back to my channel and the first video of 2025. Here we have some updates and some unboxing videos.
I should have left a 3.
It didn't change, but you haven't updated since you PR'd before.
Yeah. I haven't felt like I deserved an update.
Now who's not being nice to themselves?
How did you erase it?
Oh, with the paper? With some water.
Here.
Are you just gonna do the whole number?
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna leave. Alright, but now it's so bold. You write in like bold font.
That's good. I mean, you can see it was an update.
Oh. Those are so bold. That's like when a girl like double does her eyebrows.
It's a you gave me a chisel tip marker. You get chisel tip writing.
Hey, leave my grandmother's eyebrows out of this.
So it does feel nice to finally hit some PRs. We ended the year on a good note and hopefully I can keep this momentum going for the rest of this year.
Is it pad?
I was pleasantly surprised by the packaging because it included a sticker and the pads came in good condition, and I also really liked the embroidery of the logo. So these pads are for Grant's log. When he does his strongman training, the log drops on these crash pads and that helps to keep the log from bending, and it also kind of deadens the landing. I think you could use these for deadlifting at home, but I kind of think that would mess with the height that you're deadlifting off of. So I do see some reviews talk about how people use these crash pads when they're deadlifting at home, but I don't really know how that affects how the deadlift feels. At the time of this recording, I'm 11 weeks out from my next meet. I just finished one of my hardest blocks ever, and it happened to go throughout the holiday season. So I started with my last 6-week block after we got back from LA, and then the last weeks happened to be during Christmas and New Year's, during which the gym had modified schedules and we had more holiday activities. So it was actually kind of harder to do it during holiday season rather than the regular parts of the year. I generally have been feeling more tired than I've ever felt, and I know that the fatigue is related to lifting. I have a hard time telling if it's due to just the training load, training volume, and intensity all kind of being higher than they've ever been, or if it's also because I'm of a more advanced age than I've ever been. And pause for second pad unboxing.
Part 2 unboxing.
Are we trying to be done?
Yeah.
By 8?
I don't know. I'm not really sure now. I think I'm just gonna do my pushes and butt bends and see where time goes.
I'm gonna try to go fast-ish.
Yeah. It helps right now that there's no one over there. But we'll see.
So having 2 sets of pads is good in case you miss the set that you're trying to drop it on.
My memory's probably full of box openings now. I think these are about the same weight.
They feel close. Maybe not exactly the same, but close.
The Titan ones were actually kind of better than I expected.
What do you mean better?
Because the old ones you had didn't have the embroidered name, and also because they're new, they just feel firm.
And this also gives us a chance to see how these hold up compared to each other, so if we ever want to replace them, we know which brand to go with. So this is from week 5, and this is my primary squat day, so I get to practice a lot with the regular comp squat, And on my secondary squat day, I'm practicing singles and I'm doing pauses and tempo, which you'll see later on in this video. I do these squats after my front squats, so by the time I get to these, my legs are already really fried. And as we get closer to competition, we take the front squats out, and I'm just doing heavier and less volume squats. These are my Friday post-bench sumo deadlifts, and that is why my hair looks so distressed. So in this video, I'm shooting from the front. Usually I shoot from the side to get a better view of how my hips are looking, but I also like to shoot from the front sometimes just to make sure I'm not crooked. So it's good for squats and for deadlifts to just once in a while check to see if you're crooked, because you can't really tell from the side. And for bench, I do a straight on view sometimes just to get the judge's point of view. I do full resets in between the reps because it helps me mimic my competition setup, gives me more opportunity to practice, and usually when you do touch and go, it's going to be a lot easier. So I'm purposefully making this harder for myself. This is an all-time PR, my comp bench triple for 100 kilos for 3. And this is on the second day, I guess technically the first day of week 6. So I guess depending on if you think the week starts on Monday or Sunday, my weeks actually start on Monday, so this is the first day. That was one of those lifts that I was thinking about, like during the day before training time. I was like, today I'm going to do 100 for 3. And I do think the pauses could have been a little bit tidier, but I think they were probably still comp legal. I'm just kind of nitpicky. This is a side view, and this is 95 kilos for a set of 5. And the last rep looked like, as Grant said, if he just exhaled on me, the bar would not have gone up. So that was definitely a very high RPE. These front squats were after my heavy deadlift session the day before, which I did not record horizontally, so I didn't include it in this, but I did post it on my Instagram. It was just not really great recording conditions because the gym was pretty busy. We were kind of rushing to go somewhere, and I just didn't want to set up my camera in a place that would disrupt people. So this day my back was really fried from that deadlift session, and so based off of my progressions, I should have hit 102.5 kilos for front squats this week, and I did 100 because my back was really fried, and this was probably one of my worst sessions this block in terms of actually hitting the reps I was trying to do or planning to do. So because with front squats you can't really get a spot, if you feel like you're gonna fail, you just probably shouldn't go for it, because it's really hard to get one person to squat you. You have to find 2 people, 1 on each side, and because this is an accessory, I'm also just thinking of it as, and my back is more fatigued, I'm more fatigued, I'm not trying to go balls to the wall on this accessory, so its purpose is just for hypertrophy, making my legs, using my legs. So I'm a little sad that those sets didn't go very well, but maybe next prep I'll get a chance to actually hit 102 and make it look good. So again, this is a Friday deadlift session. We are at 155 kilos for sets of 6. I remember going into the session feeling pretty good about how deadlifts were moving given how tired I was, because this was a couple days later after that squat session that I recorded. And then this is my Sunday paused squat day. Somehow it seems like Sundays are actually kind of harder than Wednesdays now, or at least equal in difficulty. So starting with the pauses, I get my legs really nice and tired, and then I do some fatigued singles, which we'll see in the next clip. And I think going forward, we might reduce the number of pause sets that I do. Maybe instead of doing 3, like do 1 or 2, do the fatigued singles, and then go back to the last set of paused squats. This was the last set of this block for me, and I was really relieved to have survived it. Going forward, I'm really excited about hopefully being able to realize my strength gains, because generally with the higher volume, I'm a little bit more fatigued, but when it comes to heavier weights, my form tends to be the thing that breaks down, and that tends to be where I struggle. So I'm really hoping that all of this hard work and all of this volume and training fatigue will help kind of carry over to making some progress in the next couple blocks. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions with any of the training, or if you have any specific questions related to your training, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. Till next time!